some encouragement for free-to-play players. I'm on level 88, still on level 88, and you can see that I've passed 10 million basically. But look at who is second. So this player in second place hasn't even reached level 88. He is, or she is, who knows, right now VIP0 and second not only in terms of fake power, but in the arena as well for quite a while. As a VIP0. Just think about that. If I wasn't in the game, then he would have, if I hadn't even started or if I quit, he would have led the ranking, like all together, as VIP0. I think Megalodon is VIP7 if I'm not mistaken, or something along those lines. But it would have basically been first. And if you remember, there is also Chapel. I'm not sure if he's still near the top 10 or anywhere. Maybe not even in the top 20. I retired Mr. Chapel's account quite a while ago, but he was second behind me back in the days. So I could have led in front of another VIP0. So two VIP0s could have led the whole thing. And if you remember, this is not the first time that this happens, because on 267, basically there was Tibopoji and Badon. They were both VIP0s until the very end. And they were also leading quite comfortably. Until about like level 95 or so, when they chose to quit. So it's possible to do this now. The question is that I recorded my previous video basically yesterday. Just one day has passed, and what happened? How did I get up all the way up to 10 million, 10.4 million? And how did this happen that this other player went up to 9 million? It's very simple. The trick is called this illusory traces. You see that I'm not even on level 90, but I'm already getting 33,000 out of the 670,000 remaining coins. The way to do this, there is a trick. The trick is quite simple. Normally, you want courage and stamina, right? So I go all in on courage, then I go all in on stamina. This is what you normally do. But to max out your damage against the dragons in illusory traces, you choose strength and constitution. First strength, then constitution. You can keep on reshaping yourself, and once you finish the dragon battles, you go down to courage. And one other thing is that although it has lesser of an influence, if there is any influence at all, you go against chaos if you are chaos yourself. And then the battles are gonna be quite easy. So this is the amount that I got. And by the way, sooner or later there is gonna be a power creep situation when I will basically replenish 100,000 coins per battle. So essentially for the 670k coins, I don't know if it's gonna happen in 4 weeks or 6 or 8. It's unlikely to happen in 2 weeks. Eventually, I'm gonna get all of the coins, which is a whopping 2 to 3 million power creep again. And that's not just fake power, but real power. It's quite clear. I think that on one of the servers where I'm battling basically Zeldris, there the issue is that until he realized this illusory traces like a week ago or some time ago, basically until then he was dropping back in the rankings. And once he started earning enough butterflies to get the bottom 2 field, which he has done quite evidently, he started becoming competitive again. This is a bit problematic, but on a new server, you choose what to do. So once you battle the dragons, you choose this. Once you finish battling the dragons, you choose this. And each time you swap the two things around, and then you develop your account a lot faster. So this is what I recommend doing. And basically it's just smooth sailing. There is really nothing to it. So Oh, I haven't even started purchasing these things in the web shops. Maybe it's an option to show you how I purchase stuff. I didn't know that I haven't done it. It's good that I'm here. Otherwise I would have skipped it. So maybe I skip this once every 5 months or 6 months. So here it's arguable that you don't do this. So you rather want these two. So I managed to get rid of these crystals because right now I have enough crystals. But it won't always be the case, because once you get to 6 stars, you basically use up a lot of these. And all of these other things are basically useless because you have other means of getting the same things. So I don't have 1800. I usually purchase this cornucopia. Here, this is a good question. Right now I'm going for maxing out roster. I'm not getting orange crystals for now. And this costs 580. I think my Mephala is more than 4-starred, which means that I over-purchased things because I was doing an autopilot move. I can start collecting one of these heroes. Okay, I'll start with Septiana to get the 50, and I'll continue with Yogg, because Yogg is better than Crackhack if I collect him like up to 4 stars. Okay. Duel of Champions. I could level up Rashka, that would make quite a lot of sense as an adjutant, and for the alternative team maybe Galu later. But I chose to max out my meteorites because of the events, because you need to get your main red emblem to 7 stacks, and it's not happening yet. So this was my choice. In previous playthroughs in the past, I used these tokens to 4-star the heroes and get adjutant bonus, global hero attack, global hero defense. Maybe I'm gonna do this again. And I also get this triple universal hero token, but now I have enough for the generation 3.5 hero. So I'm purchasing Rashka this time. I can do up to 3 purchases today and maybe a 4th one tomorrow to get the 4-star hero. Now here, these are the things that I get. If you look around, there is really nothing else worth pursuing. And it's not the worst thing to just hoard the currency and fish for a potential future update. It has happened in the past. Usually treasure hunt permit is better than divination voucher, but if you don't have enough heaven cast stones, which is a bottleneck in your first year of playthrough, then you might choose to do this. This is something new after a game update. But I'll go for treasure hunt permit this time. Cross server. You will need a lot of cast stones. Even though you can purchase this from the Illusory Traces shop once you break the bank, you will eventually spend all of them if you want to level up your red emblem to 7 different emblems, which is I think level 50 if I'm not mistaken. For that you will need a lot of cast stones. Glory Arena. Here it's a good question. So I usually hoard some currency. For the second currency you get these tokens for weapons, basically. You will want the refinement stone, especially during early game, as many as possible. You want the commander medals if you have any commanders. Well, charging units are the best commanders basically because they are good members of backup formations. That's what I'm doing too. And sometimes I buy artifact essence. And if you're short on heaven cast stones, which I am right now, then it is not the worst thing to purchase this sometimes. But artifact essence is basically a good way of spending these. These SR and R weapons, I mean, it's not the worst thing, but you have enough chests for free, so you use this elsewhere. Now here, diamond is a bit of a trap, because as long as you can get heroes, you get the heroes. What I recommend is that once you get screwed by the game in the Azure Dragon, that you don't have any of the heroes out of the 3, then you start purchasing the one hero that you know that is gonna be in the game. It's usually Erdemon. I have seen Fior before. I have seen Sephiroth, Zidar as well, Mutara as well. So some of these heroes come from here. That's why you purchase them for 1 star. At least for 1 star. Before you start purchasing others. This is not the best thing. So Battle of the Gods, I'll take the Heaven Castones and basically that's it. For this, you can take Artifact Essence and that's it. And accumulate the vouchers just in case. Now for Sacred Statue, you take the Astro and the Tactics Manual, that's for sure. And for anything else, this is overpriced with respect to its peers. Gemcaster is not the worst thing, but there is also Rock, Paper, Scissors. You can make a case for purchasing it, but really it's enough to go for Astro Silver and Tactics Manual only. Maybe Roster Chest. Maybe, because 5 roster for 150, I mean, 10 roster or one Astro Silver, I would say it's fine. Maybe. Holy City is easy, you just take the Astro Silver. These units are not that tempting. The Soul Stones are not that tempting either. Gold Key is horrible. You may choose to take the Ancient Trample Scrolls if you don't have enough. And right now I don't. But if you don't play Holy City every single week, then you just do Astro Silver. Because sometimes, you know, I have been in a situation when Holy City was about to start and my plane took off. And then how would I do this? Now, this is interesting. In this specific account, I know that I won't play past 1 year. So for this reason, Archibald and Hero Catherine are basically useless to me. Because the best thing I can do is 1 star one of them throughout that 1 year, or maybe both of them, and use them in Duel of Champions just in case. Where they get 4 starred automatically. Just for Duel of Champions, for nothing else. So this is a possibility, but I don't recommend that for if your time span is low. If your time span is multiple years, then eventually getting both of them is good. Start with Archibald. But for me, in this specific case, I go for Universal Hero tokens, primarily. And secondary for the first currency, and for the second currency, I take meteorites every day until the end of the week. Here, this thing is overpriced, way overpriced. Illusory Traces. First you purchase the left butterflies because this is what earns you even more currency to purchase even more butterflies. You know, it's like the spinach. You give the child spinach, and if it was good enough to eat 10, then he gets a voucher for an 11th one. Amazing. It's the same thing. But then once you finish purchasing both the butterflies, the left one and the right one, then you're gonna purchase these, as well as the Castones as well, and the Spell Scrolls. Heaven Castones, rather not. I'm seeing that you won't have enough currency forever if you purchase everything. So be a bit selective. Maybe you can get rid of Spell Scrolls, although it's cheap per purchase. Treasure Hunt Divination, definitely. Heaven Castone, it's a bit overpriced for 100. Unions, it depends. If it's your first or second event for emblems, you can make a case for going for meteorites. You can see that I've purchased basically quite a lot of meteorites. 42 to be exact, after Douglas Adams. But the default modus is that you purchase this thing. And here Castones are a bit expensive as well. So you either go for meteorites or for these potions. I'm selecting these potions because you need 500 per upgrade attempt to max out the upgrade numbers. And domains, so far, you still purchase the runestones as long as you can. I have never reached any like status where I could purchase anything else. What else would I purchase? The roster box as well as this. Maybe some of these. I don't know yet. I haven't thought about this. The reason why well, actually in a late game account, this roster box is not that ideal anymore. But dream catchers are amazing because of the trick that I've shown you a couple of times. If you want to earn diamonds, then you can quite easily. There is, on any day except for today, it seems. Yeah, exactly. No, cumulative spending, that's something else. I've spent this amount. Astrologer, that's something else. There you go for the 140. Album, okay, there it is. So album weekly missions. I'm using this as a diamond generator on some days. So you go to memory album, vestige hunt, 10 times, only 10 per day. Return, you go back, quick upgrade, and then you go back to the event, and in the event you see you get 100 diamonds and another 200, so essentially you get 300 diamonds in exchange for 10 dream catchers. And knowing that you can get one dream catcher in exchange for 55 diamonds right here, for 10 dream catcher it's 550 in total, and you get 300 back. It's slow, but it works. And your account gets a bit stronger. But I'm not even purchasing this because I'm getting dream catchers for free. That's what I normally recommend. Because you get one attempt for free, and sometimes after the logins you get more dream catchers. Simply for free. And then sometimes you cash in with the diamonds. You need diamonds anyway, like quite frequently. Also, don't forget to purchase the best Astro Silver offers. Now I'm tempted to get the 750 as well. I haven't thought about it fully. It's heavily discounted, but it's not scarce anymore. Every 4th week it comes around. But I can only afford 140 pool this week because the next logical pool number would be 420. You can also see if you're close to it because this is the new artifact. This is the best artifact that you can get right now. So you need 130 pool left, I think, like 131. That's what we need. And this means that we may overpool by 30 just to get a second instance of this artifact, but we will not reach 420. Okay. So that's how these things work. And by the way, don't forget to activate sets if sets come around. Like here. And then you get even stronger, evidently. So this like 1040 something. Okay. So basically that's it about the account power creep. And now you know what I purchase in the store. And sometimes I accumulate currency. For example, there is one thing. I've been negligent in Conflux plane. Like, I'm just sweeping the content. If you check my ranking, it's quite appalling. I'm at 18 here, 17 here. I'm not leading anywhere. See, 12, horrible. And Chaos 18. You see, others do a lot better job. But I'm getting enough, more than enough currency for this. And in fact, if you check the shop, Conflux plane, here it is. I already have almost 200k, so what I would need to do normally, actually I'm gonna get the purple crystal as well, because it's gonna be important once you 6-star units. Upgrade up to 50. But I'm really looking for some upgrade of the shop items, because there is nothing really good. this is one of the worst shops that you can potentially get. XP potion, gold. Why would you need any of these? Like, ever? Why would you need any of the soul stones? I mean, it's not the worst thing, but you would rather just take these things. Alright. So you see, also as a VIP0, you could have been first, basically. And he has the same units, if not better. Okay, well, let's put it this way. I'm on VIP7. And one thing that we haven't factored in that, okay, VIP0 is second, and well, he's quite far, actually. He can basically kill like 10 to 20% of my health meter. And we're not factoring in the fact that I'm a hoarder, like here. So I'm hoarding like a crazy amount of things, like 3 hero armors, 4 deluxe chests, 7 prestigious chests, 7 red emblems, 467 covenants. I could just go here and 6-star one of my champions. Oh no, not here, where? Here. So I would go to unit store in this case, go to the chaos, and let's see what we can get. Abyss Lord, Fallen Angel, Hell Baron. So essentially I could go to Abyss Lord, that's my strongest unit anyway, and purchase 350 tokens to 6-star him. Actually I don't even need 350 because I have some champion tokens in the inventory. 40 to be exact. So I just need 310 to 6-star the Abyss Lord. Actually, that's not the worst idea ever. Because if I 6-star the Abyss Lord, then I would get 5 Abyss Lord tokens from now on every second week as part of an event. And if I do this, then I can use those Abyss Lord tokens for Miracle Pursuits for free. So collecting this 6-star is not the worst thing. But I don't need it. Like, we don't see any 6-star champion, 6-star Divine Heralds. It's like, this is a bad thing, by the way, to evenly 4-star then 5-star the units. You want to go for one unit 6-starred. He's gonna be quite close to 6-starring the Abyss Lord. For me, I'm gonna 6-star first of all this unit. And either purchase the new Inferno Divine Herald, that's what I think could make sense, or maybe go for the Abyss Lord. And you know what? Knowing what is coming, that opponents will start getting 6-star units left and right, the same thing to do is to wait until the end of the week to see how many champion tokens I will get from the fishing event. And just use my covenants on the Abyss Lord that I have been hoarding, like some of them, not all of them. And then I will still be able to get the next Divine Herald at least in 3-star, because if I use 310 or 320 covenants in total, I still get more than 120 left to get at least a 3-star of the new Divine Herald. And a 3-star of the new Divine Herald is not the maximum I could get is a 5-star, basically, if I pull some more covenants. You need 120 for 3-star, and then 150 for a 4-star, so it's 270 already, and then 225 for a 5-star. So it doesn't fit in the 467. So why hoard to get a 4-star unit if you can get a 6-star Abyss Lord and a 3-star unit for Divine Herald? It's fine. So that's what I'm considering. Let me get the artifact essence and this thing in the meantime. So for this reason, getting the Abyss Lord makes perfect sense. So I'm gonna commit my champion tokens right now to get the Abyss Lord. And this means, in turn, here is the Abyss Lord, rank up. and I need 110. Let me get those 110 right now. I'll soon tell you why. Unit store. Chaos. 110. It's, by the way, horrible that you have box A and box B, so you could just get every single box. This rotation doesn't make much sense. Anyway, I got the Chaos Champions. Abyss Lord. Because you need to 6-star him, evidently. Rank up. We got the 120, we can rank him up. Amazing. And now we need 200 tokens, but bear in mind that if you go to roster and the missions and here champion, you need to fight this horrible UX, go to Abyss Lord and claim 10 tokens, so you just need 190, not 200. This was basically the miscalculation that I had. What is this? What can I activate? Oh, I got the weapon. Okay, fine. I just activated the weapon today. So we got an Abyss Lord. We need 190 more tokens. And by the way, I pulled these covenants more than a month ago. So I could have gotten an Abyss Lord about a month ago at least. Or 2 months ago, I don't know exactly. Yo-Yo was still playing. 190. There you go. Token chest, Chaos. A misclick could be really expensive. A live misclick is kind of pathetic, but it could happen. So Abyss Lord. We got the 200 Abyss Lord. Rank up. To 6-star. Activate potential. Once you get new tokens, don't use the potential, so don't use these, because you will be able to use the tokens for Miracle Pursuit later. And now comes the skill. This is horrible. Look at this. It takes ages. I mean, I won't torture you with basically a continuation of upgrading all the skills. I will do this off screen. But this is horrible. It's just like refueling a car. This is the amount of time that is needed. And by the way, more than 200 of these purple crystals are needed. And it's just one unit. See? It's a lot. To get to level from 7 to 15, I will need a lot. And by the way, you can make purple crystals out of blue crystals, you can make blue crystals out of green crystals, and you can make green crystals out of those whatever, like light blue crystals. So it takes a while to upgrade all the skills. And that's why you need these crystals in early game at least. Because you will get an increased number of 6-star units. And don't spend these crystals on SR units and R units. You will need your commanders, champions, divine heralds to be upgraded first. Maybe some of the SSRs. Ultra rare SSRs to be exact. Okay, 2 more skills. I'm gonna be able to do it, but only later. And also the talent. Here, this endowment, we have 2 options to upgrade, and you see that the first option succeeded. So maybe doing this helps a bit for some of the units. Not necessarily this one. This is fine. Although it's a lower star unit. And this one takes a while as well. I mean, you do this, then this, and so on. I would love to get a times 1000 button. Or an until max button. Or an until a given threshold type of button. Or an until level 14 button. That would be even better. Now, damage and damage reduction are maxed. I won't continue playing this. So Abyss Lord is there. And the reason why this is beneficial is that in the events on Wednesdays, when the Covenant is activated, you get a recruitment reward. After your 6 stars, you get 5 more tokens every second week. So you could use this quite easily. Alright. You can do quite a lot of things if you know what you're doing. And power-wise, we didn't change much. And unfortunately, I couldn't show you what it is like to fight against like each other. But if I fought like the second place player, now you see that the game is changing a bit. Now, domain-wise, commanders and divine heralds have domains, champions don't have domains. Oh, and this divine herald doesn't have a domain either. So there is no domain, but a 6-star unit is drastically better than a 5-star unit. So you see, he just cannot touch our units. And the Abyss Lord is dealing quite a lot of damage. True damage 15.1%, here true damage 21.7%. But it's mainly because they are alive for 18 seconds and the ranged unit can start firing straight away while the melee units have to go there to deal the damage. So it's near the top of the damage charts. This is not actual damage, but relative damage with respect to... So it's never been clear to me why you have this damage and actual damage, but I know that actual damage is more accurate. Anyway. So this upgrade will guarantee that we're gonna be fine. And this will also guarantee that I'm gonna be able to get the new Divine Herald, the Divine Herald, once it appears in I think in a month. And that's gonna be good, even with 3-star. We'll have to see where the new Divine Herald is gonna be, but you know the drill. So if the new Divine Herald is in the front row, I have a unit to sacrifice, basically this unit to sacrifice, although I don't want to lead with 2 attackers. But if I had a charger, that would be a possibility to have 1 defender and 1 charger here. Or I could use this charger instead. If the new unit is in the back row, I could get rid of the Wyvern. They are falling back. You see power 315k, S 4-star, and here power 450k, also as 4-star. 480k also as 4-star, and 420 something as 3-star. Why? Because of roster and because of Tarot. They are not benefiting from Tarot, they are not benefiting from the roster, they are neutral units. They are a stopgap until you get a full team. And then we'll have to see where the new units fit. Oh, and by the way, I have managed to 4-star Dragon as well, because I got enough Universal Hero tokens to 4-star a Generation 3.5 hero straight away. So things are looking good on this account. I wish I could give you some footage that basically gives me a challenge, but there is no challenge at all at the moment. Basically the challenge with Yo-Yo is still there, so if he wanted to reactivate himself after how many days? 43 days. He could still catch me because he has heroes that are paywalled, basically, and he's like 2 generations ahead of me. I could get, at the end of the year, I could get 1 generation behind him, so it would be an interesting battle. But obviously he's not returning, so there is not much that I can do at the moment. And besides that, just check out if you've completed all the quests, which I normally do. Check out if you've reaped all the rewards, including the daily missions here, including these offers. I'm not purchasing anything, at least for now. And whether you got the Elf Mysterious chest in Hot Item. For that, unfortunately, you need to scroll all the way down. That's kind of horrible UX, but what can I do? So you see I've purchased these, including the Arcana ore as well. Alright, what is this? Are they kidding me? So 20 energy crystals for 60 euros? This is crazy. 20 energy crystals. Are they out of their minds or what? Because you get energy crystals from converters when you upgrade emblem charts. But you get, so I have 13 energy crystals right now. So these things from converters, and I didn't really use many converters at all. This is a super expensive thing. I don't see how this could pay off for anyone. Anyway, we got 1,000 more Heavenka stones, so maybe I could check out what to upgrade. Cornucopia, I'll keep this. Why? Because that's how I know what to purchase. See? Because this appears as 0, this appears as 0 in the inventory, and I want to upgrade both of them. So this will stay. Even if I sacrifice some edge, I need to know this. I don't want to go back and forth. I don't have time for that. So I'll upgrade this. Level 4. I'll rank this up. Gem casting could be an option. I'm neglecting gem casting, by the way. Just don't have time for everything. Level 12. I could rank it up, but I would never be able to finish this. And this is a 1-person buff, so this is worth doing. This is a 4-person buff, and we're way ahead, so I'll do something else. I'll upgrade this one. Because now the whole thing could be level 14. Okay, we're a bit behind with casting crystals. I'll upgrade this one. And that's all we have for now. We managed to get 50k extra power during this time with the 6-starring. I know it's not much, but we're a lot stronger right now. And at the same time, we also got some other currency from the shop that we could get. But it's not that much. I'm getting these potions, 39, so I don't have enough. Alright, the power of the account is stabilizing, but the real power lies in basically the hero, as well as in some other places. I could risk strengthening the hero by adding a spell, a good enough spell. But that requires 30 universal hero tokens, and right now I don't have that available, because I need those hero tokens for the upcoming hero that I'm gonna get, which is gonna be, where are you? Somewhere here. No, not this one. This one, Khalid. So Khalid is gonna be the next hero. I'm expecting Khalid to be available soon. I don't know when, but relatively soon.